Welcome to the first week, where we'll be covering planning for research. Now, I know that most of you are not researchers, nor do you plan on becoming one, but in this course, we are going to talk about the basics of research so you can be a more critical consumer of research and think about how to use it and apply it to your work and your life. The videos for this week will be broken up into 4 parts. The first video will be an introduction to research and an overview to the goals and structure of the course. In the second video, we will talk about the characteristics of hypotheses and theories, which are the foundation of research and positive psychology. In the third video, we'll talk about the stages of the research process. And finally, we'll close by talking about how validity, which is how you can evaluate the quality of the research. So why should we be teaching research, and why should you learn about statistics? Well, statistics is something that you use in your day-to-day life, whether you realize it or not. It's risk, it's reward, it's understanding data, it's interpreting trends. As Arthur Benjamin says in his popular TED Talk on why we should teach statistics before calculus in high school, if all the American citizens knew about probability and statistics, we wouldn't be in the economic mess that we're in today. Not only that, if taught properly, it can be a lot of fun. We hope that you leave this course informed and have a little fun along the way. In positive psychology in particular, research can help us better understand phenomena of interest. So you are all likely enrolled in this MOOC because you have interest in some positive psychology issue. Maybe you're interested in purpose and how you can develop a greater sense of purpose in your life or in the lives of others. Or maybe you're interested in happiness and how happiness influences other outcomes in your life. Regardless of the phenomenon you're interested in, there's likely a deep research base informing it, so it's important to be able to interpret what that research is saying and what it isn't saying. Research can also help to reduce uncertainty and make sense of the world around us. So maybe you're interested in predicting why some people may be more successful than others in achieving results. If you're interested in these types of questions, this might lead you down the path of being interested in traits like grit or self-control, which have been shown to predict success and will be featuring in this course. Research can provide a way to explain patterns or even inconsistencies and outliers in the world around us. And finally, research can answer critical questions of interest. People often get caught up in the mathematics underlying statistics and research, when really having good research questions and hypotheses are more important than any statistical method. This course will talk a bit about statistics, but focus much more on the application of research to the world around us. Now, unfortunately, research isn't often applied to the world around us. Now, why is that? Well, too often and unfortunately, research is disconnected from practitioners. It's made out to be too complex and too confusing. I'm sure many of you have picked up journal articles written by researchers and struggled to even make it through the first page, if not the first paragraph. Even as a researcher myself, I often find myself in that position. Sometimes academic research has goals that are too general or too obscure, and the needs of practitioners are more context-specific and immediate. And research also tends to propose solutions that simply won't work in the real world. But the other critical problem is that research can be easily misrepresented. We all read op-eds and articles in the newspaper every day, and most of the time, the media misrepresents the key findings of research. Sometimes this misrepresentation is intentional, but other times it's just that the media hasn't been trained on statistics and so is unintentionally misrepresenting information. So you need to be a critical consumer of that information. This class will teach you how to be more cautious in interpreting statistics and media articles or sound bites that you hear in the news. We have 2 main course goals. We want to equip you with the knowledge and skills to evaluate research findings critically and make you statistically literate. The course is divided into 4 weeks. As I shared, this week we'll be talking about planning for research. Next week we'll be talking about collecting data. In the third week we'll talk about analyzing data. And in the final week we'll talk about using research to inform your work and the world around you. Each week of the course will have a similar structure, some of which is required and some of which is optional. There will be course videos on the key content that will be introduced that week, as well as short readings on each topic. We'll be tracing the same example article throughout the entire course, an article that Angela Duckworth and I wrote together on teacher grit called True Grit, Trait Level Perseverance and Passion for Long-Term Goals Predicts Effectiveness and retention among novice teachers. There's a short video link posted in the resources for this week where you can hear an overview of the goals and findings from this article. Before you start on the remaining videos for this week, you'll need to read this article as I'll be referring to it throughout the videos. We will use this article as an example for the concepts we'll be covering throughout the course. Then there will be supplementary videos featuring Angela Duckworth, where she will be discussing how some of the concepts we're discussing each week in these videos apply to her work, and other practitioners in the field who have used research to inform their work will be featured as well. There will be a short quiz each week on the concepts we've been covering, and then 2 extension activities. One where you can workshop your own ideas and get peer feedback, and another where you can submit your thoughts and critiques of the True Grit article. I'm excited to be kicking off this course and look forward to getting started with all of you.